Tea took a while to come, that was what it was.
You make things so.
No, hey.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our pre-match press conference to preview our game against Manchester United. We'll start off with Vinny from Sky.
David, felt fortunate to be at the test event for the new stadium on Monday. I mean, the new stadium is stunning, and I just wonder how much time, if any, have you been able to spend down there just yet, and how are you feeling about the move now that I'm guessing you've probably seen images of fans in there for the first time?
Yeah, I have. I was going to ask you to tell me what it looked like.
Fantastic. Really?
Because when I said when I came in that I'm not going to get out in the new stadium till I'm sure we're a Premier League club. I'm sure that we are a Premier League club again. So I want to wait on that. I'm going to wait to make sure we get over the line and make sure we take the team into the new stadium as that.
As you mentioned, getting over the line, no other Premier League club has taken more points than Everton since you came back. It's 13 points clear now of the bottom three, having been a point above when you took over. So I'm thinking 2 further wins will probably secure safety. How do you see it?
Keep talking like that, Vinny. I'm enjoying listening to that. It's really, really good. It sounds simple to say to get another 2 wins and you might be over the line. When you're sitting in this seat, every win in the Premier League is really, really difficult. Certainly not taking anything for granted. We've had a really good run and we've got to try and keep that going now.
Just wondered then what you're expecting this weekend, because obviously it's been highlighted that Ruben wants to stick with 3-4-3. Did you come in here with a preconceived idea of how you wanted to play, or did you have to adjust to what you've got available?
I think I've had to adjust a little bit to what's available. I think when you take over a team a little bit during the season, you have to find a way of getting the best results. We certainly did, because we've been in a position where we've been too close to the bottom 3. But I have to say the players, whatever we've done, whatever we've asked them to do, the players have been fantastic. They really have been. They've gone about their job brilliantly well. Their commitment's there for everybody to see, and we're actually playing better and doing a lot better in recent games.
Obviously, it's been spoken about needing to find a striker, and you found one in Beto, who's got 4 in 3 starts for you now. What more can you get from him?
Well, I think if we'd bought one in and we'd paid big money and somebody had scored 4 in 3 starts, you'd say, wow, what a great start it's been for any striker to do that. So Beto's been given a big opportunity. I think he's stood up and taken it. I think he's improved in the games as he's gone along as well. Sometimes the players need those opportunities. So let's hope it continues. Let's hope he can keep scoring.
You can go 4 points clear of Manchester United now, and given your association with them, is anything personal come into games like this, albeit that you've faced them so many times before?
None at all. I've played them a lot when I was manager of West Ham, so it's another game in many ways. It's a great football club, but my job's to try and beat them at the moment.
How different a manager then are you now to the manager who last took part in this fixture back in April 2014 and the experience that followed after that?
Yeah.
How did it shape it?
Well, it's part of life. I've been a football manager. There's very few managers it always goes in one direction. You have lots of ups and downs. Even the best managers have times when it's not so good. I had to find a way of fighting back from the disappointment of losing my job at Manchester United and finding ways how I could get myself back to a good level. And we've done that at West Ham, won a trophy at West Ham. So now I'm back at Everton. First jobs to do what I had to do at West Ham was make sure that we stay as a Premier League club, and then hopefully find our way to start getting closer to European football and see where we can go from there.
What is it that shapes you? What is it? The successes?
No, I think probably my upbringing and where I come from made me say, no, you've got to stand up and go again, and you've got to, fight for everything. If you're going to get anything in life, you have to show a real commitment. I've also got to be thankful that people have given me the opportunity to come back and show what I can do.
Just finally, from me, I take it Doucoure is the one player that you get back, and it probably gives you a nice decision as well with who to bring, whether to bring him straight back in or continue with Alcaraz.
Yeah, we've got them both fit at the moment, so that gives us a decision to make, and we'll look at it. I'll need both of them. We're really short of numbers here. I think we'll get 9 or 10 players out injured. So for us to be sort of getting results with that amount of our players out is great credit to the players who are playing at the moment.
Thanks, David. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vinny. We'll go to John at Premier League Productions.
Hi,
David, the specifics behind Beto's output is being quite interesting. I was looking at it last night. Last season, the majority of his shots were quite scattered around the 18-yard box. They were wide of either post. This year, he's very much in that kind of central area of either side of the 6-yard box. Is that something, I mean, managers come in and they go, well, strikers need a goal, I give them a bit of confidence. Is that something that you've specifically worked on with him, that positionality, or is it faith in the service as well?
No, I think it's us trying to get him some balls which suit him, trying to play to his strengths as much as we can. He's got a wild few shots outside the box, which I've had to say to him, look, you're dreaming if you think you're going to score that one. So I've had to sort of tell him straight, tell him, look, get yourself in the box, get in good areas. He's scored a few when he's been through in goal at the moment. He's looked very composed when he's done that. So hopefully we can keep doing it. But we want him to do lots of different jobs. Look, being a centre forward of a Premier League club is a big job for MD, and it's a job where you really need the goals from. But thankfully, in the recent games, he's got us those goals.
Well, fingers crossed it continues.
Thank you.
I wondered as well, you talked about the form and no team has picked up as many points as yourself since your arrival.
I've not talked about it.
We've talked about it. We quite like talking about it.
Good, I'm glad.
Going into next season and beyond, how important is not just this run for now and survival, but for the stability of the football club? And does that longevity come into your thought process?
I think the word there I'd pick out more is stability. Us trying to get Everton back on a stable place where we feel everybody feels happy, and I mean the people inside the building, the people who work here, the supporters probably more than MD, that they think that there's a football club which is at least going in the right direction. When I was here a long time ago when we first came in, it was a case of trying to build it little by little, not lots of money. We've got a new set of owners. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out over the coming years. But I think what we've got to do is take Everton away from this place where they've been for a long time. I sense in the training ground that things are feeling much better. I sense it definitely coming from the terraces, that the supporters, I don't know, are we terraces anymore? No, probably seats, but you know what I mean. So I sense it from there as well. But look, maybe I'm just a new manager with a quick bounce at the time, which we hear a lot of new managers coming in. But I hope that it's not that. I hope that it's as if I've come back and able to pick it up, keep the standards up, keep looking to improve it at the moment, and obviously build on what we've got.
We hope so too. And towards the game itself, what kind of a fix did you expect against United?
I always think Manchester United is one of the biggest fixtures in the season, and wherever you are, I think they've always got good players. I think they've got so many talented players, who are so good at what they do. They're probably having a bit of a difficult patch at the moment. It's very rarely you would see Manchester United probably in the league position they're in. But we need to see if we can build on what we do here at Everton just now. I think we've had a really good start, but I see it being a tough game. And a 12:30 kickoff's never an easy one for the supporters, So we need the supporters to be up with us and ready to go at 12:30, the same as the team.
Brilliant. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jonty. We'll go to Julia at the BBC.
Hi.
Hi, Julia.
You say there about, you've got to try and make people in here happy, sort of staff and things. And I think it's understandable given what's gone on over the previous few years, how low maybe people felt. And I know Sean Dyche had said at times it wasn't necessarily a football coaching job. Has that been a surprise to you, maybe, how low people felt in here compared to your previous time here? And how do you go about, you're not just football managing, you're looking after everyone?
Well, I have to say this place has grown greatly here at Finch Farm since I was last here. There's so many staff. Even now, I've not been able to get round everybody and say hello and sort of get to understand everybody's roles. I hope that I'll get through it in time. But just with the amount of what we've got with the Premier League and the games we have, and really, even the media, etc., there's much more for the manager to do. But that's why it's a big changed place than when I was here before. But I do think that the people here have been affected greatly because they're all Evertonians, they're all supporting the team, they want the club to do well. And I do think that the people behind the scenes have been affected, as have supporters over the last few years as well. You can see that. But we're beginning to smile a little bit here in the building. We're doing that a bit better. We're laughing a bit more. And I hope in some ways the supporters are feeling the same.
Something that's been lovely to see on some of the club's content is Charlie Alcaraz and Jack Harrison, and Jack acting as a translator and just sort of their bond on the training pitch and on the pitch. I know you've said Jack needed a bit of confidence. Has that helped him, that type of role, like a mentorship role? Yeah,
I think he's done a great job with Carlos, because his English isn't great at the moment. I think Jack's needing a bit more confidence. He got his first game the other week there. He done well for us away at Crystal Palace. So we need them. We're short of players at the moment. You know, there's not a situation that we've got a bundle of players we can change around all the time. But I'm pleased that Jack's got back in it. And yeah, he's doing a really good job with Carlos.
Can I just check there aren't any additional injuries on top, and just who might be close to coming back?
No, I don't think we have any additional injuries, no, and I don't think at the moment we have MD coming back from injury quite at this moment.
And what about Seamus Coleman? Has he got a time frame for coming back? Because his contract runs to the end of the season. He's obviously seen as a club legend, that this potentially might be his final playing season. Will he play in one of the final games?
I would absolutely hope so, because I'd like that for many reasons. But we always have to do the right thing and play the players who we think are going to get us the best results. But the first thing Seamus needs to do for us is get himself back fit. He's a huge member of the dressing room. He's a huge member of the team. He leads the team brilliantly well here. From a distance, he looks as if he helped carry the club over a couple of years as well. He was a great spokesman and still is a great spokesman for the team and the club. So he's really important to me. We brought him here for 60 grand. Probably paid a bit much for him, but apart from that, we're really glad to have him.
Finally from me, it's Everton Giants weekend. They're at Everton Giants being celebrated at the game. Do you see this though as a game of two Premier League giants that are at the wrong end of the table, that really should be, because of off the field things maybe and stuff that's gone on beyond their control, that really should be in a different place?
Well, I don't really want to talk about Manchester United, because they are a huge club, and I don't know their financial situation. But what I do know I've learned from I've come in here, that the thing for me now is to make Everton back to being a big club and getting them back in amongst the teams who are challenging at the right end of the table. We've got jobs to do before that, whether that be the players we've got and getting to improve them, whether it be that we've still got some money to pay to clear ourselves up. But we have to get in a place where we think we're clear and we're ready to start again. We're not quite there yet, but getting the job done, hopefully, of staying in the Premier League is getting much closer, and hopefully we're able to talk about that in coming weeks. But just glad to see us back in not at the bottom end of the league.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julia. We'll go to Will.
I will.
Just on injuries, back to the middleman and Dyer, is there any more news on him? And Chimisi and Patterson, are they the next cab doctor?
Yeah, Nathan Patterson's came out on the grass the last couple of days, but we think it's just too soon for him. So he's making some progress. Ellie's been taking injections, and we're quite positive that he's working hard to try and get back quickly. So we're hoping that we could get him back maybe before time we thought, but they're not fit just now. No.
And Chimiti?
Chimiti's back on the grass today as well. So he started back in the grass. He said 2 days in the grass actually. I think just the length of his time he's been out is what we're all a little bit more worried about. He's done quite a bit of training, but not football training yet. So, but we've got him back in around the training group at the moment. Yeah.
In the first stint as manager, you had some really good centre halves. Phil Jagielka, Jolie Lescott, Sylvan Diston, to name them. Where does Jarrad Branthwaite rank in terms of ability at this age, and how far do you think he can go?
Well, I think you're right. I think we had some really good centre backs over the years here, and quite often I've got to say that I think that the best teams are quite often the best teams wherever they are have the best defence, and it gives you a chance of winning when you have that. And I think Jarrad's done really well. I think there's moments where he could do better. I think he still plays at times like a young centre back, but I think he's got an awful lot going for him. Already been involved with England squad before I came. I think I thought he played really well last week, and I think he's got a good mentor beside him in Tarky. I think Tarky's been round the league a little bit, seen a lot of it. And I think for him to play alongside Tarky will be helping him and improving him.
You mentioned the word stability before. Obviously, because of the financial situation, Everton had to sell players like Charleston, Anthony Gordon. Jarrad Branthwaite was someone who was linked with potential move in the summer to Manchester United. Yeah. Are you hoping on how much you're aware, how much that situation has improved in terms of the PSI?
Well, I think the PSI, I don't really know all the stuff about it, but I do know that we'll still get some work to do in the summer. So that's something which we're going to have to do. I was aware of it when I came in, but I'm hoping that it's that we're beginning to stop thinking about that now. We're beginning to think about, we're moving forward, what we're going to do. Yeah, I think we've got a bill to pay, and when we pay that bill, hopefully that's us in the clear. So Jarrad's a top player, and if people want to buy Jarrad, or you're alluding to that, then I've said many times, bring a big bag of money.
And on the flip side, with the new stadium, how much of a weapon do you think that could be in terms of attracting new players potentially?
Well, I hope they're going to look at Everton. People are going to look at Everton completely different, want to join Everton. We'll need to work out how we bring in the players in the summer. There's quite a lot of players out of contract in the summer who we might need to look at as well. Some not so far away from here. So you never know.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will. Any further questions on the open space? I think that's a wrap. We'll move on to the embargoes.